I'm in the mood for reading. Hey, how about you? I'm in the mood for reading. Hey, how about you? I'm in the mood for reading this book with you. Hey, hey, what do you say? Do you want to read this book today? Hey, hey, what do you say? Do you want to read this book? Well, I'm very happy to say hello to you. And as you see, today we have a special celebration because I'm reading to you and I'm actually dressed up like a character in the book that we're going to read. Yes, you're right. We are going to read about a mouse, and it's not a normal mouse. We are going to read a book about a library mouse. It is a really, really fun story, and I hope you will enjoy it because this week is a special week. We're celebrating reading all around the world. So let's get comfortable and let's begin. Library Mouse by Daniel Kirk. Library Mouse by Daniel Kirk. Sam was a library mouse. His home was in a little hole in the wall behind the children's reference books, and he thought that life was very good indeed. Every day, when the library was full of people walking up and down, studying, checking out books, and working on computers, Sam was in his little hole, sound asleep. Every night, when the people went home and the room was dark and quiet, the library belonged to Sam. And every night Sam read and he read and he read. Sam read picture books and chapter books. He read books about people and poems and cookbooks and sports books. He read fairy tales and ghost stories and mysteries by the dozens. Sam's mind was filled with information and pictures and images of faraway places, and his imagination was full of wonder and fantasy. So, one night, Sam decided it was time that he wrote a book of his own. Sam folded over some pieces of paper, he took a pencil, and he began to write. Write what you know, Sam had read in a book about writing, so Sam wrote about being a mouse. He drew pictures for his book, and then, ta-da! Squeak, a mouse's life. Sam had worked very, very, very hard. He went to the section of the library about people, and he put his first book onto the shelf. Then he went back to his little hole in the wall and he waited. The next afternoon, sunlight was streaming in through the windows. "What's this?" asked a girl whose teacher had sent her to the library to do a book report. "Oh, I've never seen anything like this before," said the librarian, and she put the book, Squeak, A Mouse's Life, on her desk. Later, she showed it to other librarians. Sam decided to write another book. It was called Lonely Cheese, and working on this book made him feel very hungry. The next morning, sunlight streamed through the windows. "What's this?" asked a little boy who was looking for a big book about trucks. "Oh, it's another book by Sam," said the librarian. "Just who is this Sam?" she thought to herself, and she put the lonely cheese on her desk. Later, she showed it to the children at story time. Sam decided to write a mystery book. It was called The Mystery of the Mouse Mansion. So he went to work and he put the book on the shelf. The next day, the sunlight was streaming through the windows. "Hey, what's this?" asked a boy who was looking for a nice mystery book to read. We have to find out who this Sam is," said the librarian. "I'll leave a note on the bulletin board, and I will tell him to let us meet our new author." So that night, Sam found the note. The note said, "Dear Sam, all of us in the library have been enjoying your books. We're wondering who this mysterious Sam really is. We think it would be fun to have Meet the Author Day with you as our special guest. Yours truly, Mrs. Forrester, Head Librarian." Sam felt nervous. He was happy the children enjoyed his books, but as a mouse, he was very shy about meeting people. Sam could not understand why people thought that writing was so hard. If only others would try, they would also be able to write great books. So Sam had an idea. In the morning, when the librarian opened up the children's room, there was a sheet of paper taped to the door. "Meet the author today," it read. A little girl was the first to see Sam's display. "What's this?" she asked. There was a tissue box, a pair of pencils, and lots of paper. And on a banner was written, "Meet the author," with an arrow pointing down. The girl bent over to see it. "Oh," she said in surprise, "me? An author?" And right next to the tissue box was a pile of pencils that Sam had sharpened with his little teeth. All that day, and for many after, people came to the little display, and they all started to write great and wonderful books. Sam was a library mouse. His home was a little hole in the wall behind the children's reference books. All that night, Sam sat in his hole thinking and thinking about the next book he would write. Would it be a mystery, an adventure, a funny book, a true story? There were so many stories to tell. "Aha," he thought, "I'll just have to write one of each." And Sam picked up his pencil and began to work. Wow, what a story! A mouse that lives in a library and is a writer. Do you want to be a writer? Would you like to write a book of your own? Well, I hope you enjoyed this book, and maybe you can come up with a nice story of your own that you can share. It was great to see you all, and Ms. Rosado says, bye-bye.